Have you said it? You said it? Okay. Hello everyone, how are you all doing? We're here in Sister's Kitchen.
Yes.
Trying to bring you something beautiful this morning. As you can see, this is all plantain, banana, and pineapple. It's a beautiful morning though where we are. I don't know where you are, but I know you're having a wonderful day.
Yes.
And as you can see, this is tomatoes, and I have some garlic in here, and I have this green pepper, we call it jalapeno, and this is red onion. And as you can see, this is egg. So all beautiful and really good stuff in this kitchen.
Yes.
So we're really trying to bring you up a very, very delicious food.
It's a new recipe.
New recipe. Yes, we just came up with this. I was just going like, you don't have to keep eating the same thing all the time, because most of the time, getting the same taste of food, I'm telling you, it can be boring. But I really came up with this. We came up on this on our own. So.
And this is healthy, and you can use a green one and a ripe one too.
Yes, you can use it. It doesn't have to be green, like my sister said. It doesn't have to be green one. As you can see, this is ripe.
All right.
So pretty much there is not too much to do on this. So we're really gonna put this in a wash, get it washed off, and just follow us. We're gonna take it one at a time, step by step, so you're gonna catch up with us what we're doing.
Okay. It's exciting morning.
It's exciting morning. I couldn't wait to do this. I couldn't wait to do this. And I really want you to try it on your own after you have watched it with us. Just try it on your own. You're really gonna love it. So just wash it up, and sister is drying it out. And you can put it here.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Doesn't take much to wash off.
Doesn't take much to wash up.
And always make sure that you wash up your food before you cook it.
So it's clean. So actually, this is another part where we can cut it. So you can just cut it in a small slice where it can be kind of easy to cook. So it depends on you how small or big you want to cut it, but the smaller and the quicker it gets to cook.
Better to cook. We need another pot, right?
Yes. Sister, please, you can get another pot in there.
Okay.
So as you can see, it's not that big and it's not that small. So like I said, it's up to you, but I prefer it to be smaller this way. In that way, you don't have to take forever to boil it.
Yeah, I like the ripe one.
The ripe one, yes. The ripe one is here we do. Everything sweet takes extra sweet.
And we're going to put in some water, and then we're going to put it on the stove.
Yes. So you're just gonna add some water that cover the plantain. That's pretty much what it is. You don't have to add salt or anything.
Just put it.
Just boil it. But if you want to add a little salt for taste, that's okay also. Yeah, a little more water, please.
And sometimes what I'm finding when I'm cooking is because there's gonna be salt in the sauce.
Exactly.
So salt is not good. So you try to avoid that much.
Yes, like me, I don't like salt. I just try to avoid salt as much as I can. So now it's cooking.
Cooking, how many minutes?
It's cooking. So you just let it boil for about 20 minutes to make sure it's well done. But if it's ripe one, if you're dealing with ripe one, just start counting when it starts boils. From 10 minutes it will be definitely done. But this one, because it's the green one takes longer to boil, so we're gonna give it about 20
And
minutes.
also I think according to your taste, you can cook it longer.
You can cook it longer, yes, it's up to you. But when it's done, you don't have anybody to tell you when it's done.
Done.
When it's done, as soon as you look at it, you're gonna see
The skin.
kind of the skin will break apart on its own.
Okay.
And or you're gonna use your fork to taste it. Yes. So right now, as it's cooking, we're just gonna go ahead and start preparing the sauce. The sauce you're gonna eat it with.
Sauce, I'm excited to see the sauce. And you guys, I know you're gonna love this.
So right now, this is onion, red onion, as you can see. You can use white onion, it depends on the best one. But red onion I love, and the flavor is like better than the white onion for me. That's my own opinion.
Yeah.
Sister, what do you think?
I love both.
Yeah.
I love using both. I also like when the price is good.
When the price is good, right? Who doesn't like it that way?
But I like both.
And this is ginger. Oh my God, I cannot do this without ginger.
No,
Just
good.
try what I told you with the ginger. It's just like a yummy. It brings the flavor out. Almost everything I cook, I just love ginger. As you can see, ginger is a root. It's very healthy for everything. For your inflammation, digestion, cold or whatever. So ginger is one strong root that you can't say no to.
You need to check it out and see yeah. It has a lot of
good benefits.
Benefits.
Yes. So you really need to check it out.
Check it out, please. Ginger is so good if you're having a lot of problems. If you're juicing, it's also good.
If you're juicing, it's also good.
So very, very good. Plus garlic.
I'm sorry, the onion is killing my eyes. It's like I'm crying.
Let me give you this one. I'll go wash it out.
So you can wash all together with the onion.
Okay. Yeah, I hope you guys are learning something. It's good to keep trying different
recipe. Like someone like me, I know myself. I can bring you out, just same food in many ways that whenever you're eating it, you're not gonna be tired. You're not gonna be like, oh, I know how it tastes like.
Or you don't even know what to cook sometimes.
Sometimes, exactly. Sometimes
it's like
you don't even
cooked
know.
all the things you know, and it's like,
right.
What am I supposed to cook now?
It's like there's a lot of food in this house, but I don't know what to eat.
Yeah, I'm tired of just the same stuff.
And trust me, what happens when it comes like that is having the same recipe. So before the food is even done, it seems like you know how it's gonna taste.
And even the kids, everybody knows. Nobody's excited anymore.
Except no.
Oh, another chicken.
The excitement is gone when you know how your food is gonna taste before the food is done.
And also, especially now, we have to really watch what we're eating, healthy food too.
Oh yeah.
So our recipes should.
Okay, sister. So we're gonna watch this now. As you can see, okay, this is 3 green pepper, as you can see, and the ginger is not that much. So the onion is 1. And why I came up this way, it depends on how much you're trying to make. So if the sauce is gonna be kind of huge, and I just want something that I always make this sauce, I always like to make it and just enjoy it when it's fresh. So, but if it's something that you're making a big pot of for, a bigger family, so you know that you're gonna come up with something more than this. So this is pretty much, and my tomato here, as you can see, my tomato is like a 4.
So it depends on how many people you're cooking for.
Depends on how many people you're cooking for. So.
Okay, don't forget you're washing your vegetables and your fruits. It's very important that. Okay. Let's rinse off.
Okay, we're gonna come back here, sister.
Oh, we're going to forget.
Okay, right now, viewers, our next part, you're gonna chop all this together. you're gonna chop all this together in this blender, and that's how you make this sauce. The onion, the pepper, everything, we are chopping them together.
I can't wait to eat.
Trust me, I'm hungry already. So I'm cutting this onion just to make it easy to blend.
Yes.
That's why I cut the onion.
Onion.
Yes. Okay. So as you can see, now we're chopping all the veggies that we have to add, and we're really gonna take this slow because we want you to follow us. So that's why we go in slowly, so you can catch up. We don't want you to, you know, stay behind, miss anything, no.
Yes.
So as you can see, and I'm really cutting this in a smaller piece, just for it to be easier to be blend. That's the reason.
I'm gonna put it in here. So that you can get smooth quickly.
Right.
I make sure you use the cutting board.
Yeah, cutting board.
You want to be safe when you're at the kitchen. I try to do it sometimes and I cut my hands. I'm always cutting my hands because I'm doing
And I'm
fast.
crying with the onion, I'm sorry.
I used to,
Okay.
you know, my eyes used to cry, but nowadays I don't. I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
Maybe I cooked too long.
Maybe you cooked some.
Make sure whatever you're doing, you do it in a safe way.
In a safe way, yes.
Yes, sometimes we try to rush things and we end up, I do. I don't know about you, but I do. I cut myself all the time, trying not to use a cutting board. I'm trying to do it the shorter way.
In a shorter way.
I found it doesn't help many times. I hope you're enjoying this,
Yes.
and I hope you're taking.
So as you can see, like we said earlier, the reason for this is you're gonna see it is much easier. And this, the sauce, you don't have to blend it to be kind of really smooth. Just chop it. That's what we're doing. We're gonna chop it, not really trying to bring it like a smooth kind. No. So, all right now we're just gonna. And don't add water, please.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
Yes, don't add water. There's no water goes in this. So that's why, like I said, it's just trying to chop it, not really.
Oh, that must be delicious.
As you can see, that's it. So I'm not really trying to bring it like a smooth kind. So
Chunky, you can't do
this,
that.
yeah,
It's chunky.
exactly, it's chunky. So that's what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. As you can see, it's really chunky.
Check on the plantain. You can see it's boiling good. You don't want to be burning.
Right.
Sometimes I get caught up doing one thing and I don't remember.
So I'm trying to put it in another bowl to make it easier for myself. I love to keep all the stuff that I use when I'm cooking. I love them handy. So when I turn my left or right, I just grab it.
So in other words, you before you start cooking, you put everything that you need.
Everything.
Instead of running up and down.
I like to set it up so I don't have to be running up and down.
And sometimes you forget.
You forgot? Oh yes.
Yeah. That's a good. Especially when you're a new cook, if you're trying to learn how to cook.
Trust me, sister, it happens.
And it's like, oh, my food doesn't taste like the way she was cooking it.
And you realize you missed something.
Yes. So it's important. So in this one, there's no water.
There's no water.
There's just a mixture of tomatoes, onion, ginger, and the green pepper.
And the green pepper.
And they just put it in a blender, no water.
Which the pepper, a lot of people call it jalapeno.
Jalapeno, yes, yeah. But you can use any other kind. This is a special one.
No, this is my own recipe. My own recipe. This is the special one.
This is a special one that you have come up with.
Because the pepper is really good. It has this yummy flavor. So that is the main thing.
And it's not very hot too.
It's not very hot either. Yes.
Yes. If you are somebody who don't like hot, this is good. Even the children can have this.
Even the children can have
this. And anybody who's not used to having hot food.
You know, first time, sister, I used the habanero pepper and I'm like, oh no. It's like my mouth was on fire.
That is fire.
So for people that doesn't deal with a lot of spice, I don't think they're gonna.
This will bring out that spice.
It will bring out that
mild spice.
And the flavor is very good.
And then you can also, if you're not somebody who likes hot stuff, you can adjust it to your.
You can adjust it to your oil, yes.
Yeah, I can use maybe 2 or 1.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing sister said right there. So you don't have to add, like I said, we said earlier, we treated that case earlier. So you don't have to add, mostly when it comes to the pepper, just do what you want. You can add maybe 1 pepper or 2, it depends on how you like it.
How you like it. But just remember, these are only vegetables that are in here. Ginger, onions, and jalapenos, and did I miss anything? Tomatoes.
The tomatoes.
Yeah, so we are trying to stay healthy and live long.
And live longer.
And and also taste your food. Because some food that they are put out there for dieting, it is not tasty.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
you
but
go like,
you
no,
can
I don't
have
want to diet anymore. But trust me, this you can eat and eat and you never get tired. And believe me on this.
And you're eating something healthy, not too much oil.
Not too much oil,
and that's wonderful. And I think we need more recipes like that. More instead of cooking with lots of oil. And this is also easy. It doesn't take long.
It doesn't take long.
This takes, it's because we're explaining it. This can be done in like 20 minutes, right?
It can be done. That shows
with plantain.
With plantain,
20 minutes. This one together, about latest 30 minutes.
Latest 30 minutes.
And you have a beautiful meal and healthy meal.
And a healthy meal
for your family and your guests. Or if you have company that you didn't even know they were coming.
Trust me.
You just do this and they will really enjoy.
They really enjoy.
Than when you stay in the kitchen frying and cooking and yeah, this is really, I love this. I can't wait. I can't wait for more recipes.
For more recipes.
This looks so good that you can even eat it the way it is right now.
And guess what? For people out there and anybody that is watching us now, when I have my time, you can add chicken on this. You can add chicken, and pretty much I use hand chicken, or you can use a soft chicken, whichever chicken that you like. And next time I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna show you how I made another sauce with the chicken. So it's very, very yummy also. So
you can't wait for next time.
Trust me, you can go with the chicken. And if you're somebody that a lot of people, because I know some people, I'm not gonna mention names, that when they're eating, they like some meat at the side of their table. You know what I mean? So I always like to put chicken just in case if you're somebody that like to eat and have a small something to bite.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And it tastes very good.
Yeah.
So we're gonna come up with that next time. But today we just want to make it easy for you to follow up.
To start with.
This is a start.
And you also can take it and do more things that you
do more things. Yes.
It doesn't have to be exactly like.
It does exactly. It doesn't.
But just give you a base how you can have a base for your meal. Yeah, different. Yes. Just a different recipe that. I love this. I feel like I want to taste it by itself. It looks so good. So
and looking at it right now, it come up like even when you taste it this way, it's good like a sauce for cheap. You know, those sauce you can use. Yeah, that's what it tastes like. So most of the time we don't know the recipe that they use, but trust me, we don't know that we have a lot of things in our kitchen that they really does use out there, but which we don't really know. When you taste this with chip or anything, even as it is right now, it's really, really good. Really good. So another thing is
how many eggs?
The egg, it goes with what I told you. The eggs, it depends on how big or small that you want. So what we're making this morning, we're not really making a food that we're gonna live for 10 or 20 families, 20 people to eat. So we're making a little portion that we just want to enjoy now and take it from there and teach you,
share.
Yes, and share it. So right now I'm gonna use 6 eggs on this. So as you can see, you see the number of the things that we have already used. So we're gonna go with 6 eggs.
And that's also your option.
And it's your option, yes.
How much?
Yes.
But trust me, it's tasty. You can even have this as a breakfast.
You can.
It's a good breakfast.
It's a good
Instead
breakfast.
of eating bread and.
It's a good breakfast because, as you can see, plantain is something very healthy, and this is all veggies. Egg is one thing, that protein that we're looking to have in the morning to boost your energies for the day. So this is like a very, very healthy breakfast, trust me.
Yeah, it's better than having all those
It's
bread.
better than chopping all those bread in the morning.
Yeah. I know I love my bread, but I really want to get away from bread.
Get away from bread. And I'm that person that I really love egg, sister. You know that. I really love egg. But most of the time I get tired when you're serving me the same kind of egg.
Exactly.
So this is a very wonderful breakfast that now you bringing out your egg in a different flavor that you can enjoy to eat. So now it's 6. So I'm good. Okay, we put back the egg. We don't need you for now. The egg have done its work.
Yes. Everything does work. And
so I'm gonna check this plantain to see how it goes.
let's get it going.
So look exactly what I told you. The plantain is ready. You see the skin? The skin is peeling off. So
that's a good sign.
That's a good sign. If you don't really know for sure when it's done, but as soon as you use your fork anyway, you can be the judge of this. You know when it's soft, you can really tell. But the skin have told you the whole story. So it's done.
Especially if it's the first time to boil
if it's
plantain. So watch out for that skin, then you know that.
Yes. So it's really good.
And you also don't overcook it. You don't want to lose the value.
You don't want to lose the value, exactly. So right now we're just gonna take the plantain and just steam the water. And if you're scared, you don't want to do like me, you can grab your filter and just pour everything in there, or you can use another try to get it out.
We get it out.
So this is the plantain. So you can see how the skin came up.
We want to leave it there to keep hot until we serve, right?
Yes. Another good thing about plantain is mostly when it's not ripe. Ripe one doesn't really does that quick. But when it's not ripe, I like to, if I'm not ready to serve it, I like to keep it covered. Because when you left it open, for some reason, if it stays a lot, yeah, it hardened quick. So
don't be surprised.
Don't be surprised. Don't be like, I don't think it's not done. No, that's the plantain way.
And you can boil it a little more if it gets cold on you before you eat. But it's more when it is hot.
As you can see, this is a curry powder. And this is a chicken flavor. Yeah.
Just bring it.
So you can see it very well. This is curry powder, and this is chicken flavor. And this is a wonderful flavor that I really love this flavor. And
which one?
It's like it's like a chicken flavor also, and a fish you can use. It's two kinds actually, but this one we are not making fish, so I'm using the one for stew. This is for stew. It's really good. So this is all the flavor we're gonna use. I don't really do with too many complicated flavors.
Yeah, sometimes when you use too much, you get confused.
You get confused. You don't know which one. So right now, we're bringing our frying pan to the stove. And I'm waiting for it to dry up because there's water in there. So I'm just gonna wait for it to dry up. And as we know, it's not advisable to use a spoon to turn your stuff in the frying pan because you're kind of scraping off the frying pan skin and all that in your food, which can be very, very, very unhealthy. So you are advised to use a wooden stove when you're frying stuff, please, to be in a safe place.
It's good to know. Sometimes we do things without knowing.
We do a lot of things we do, we don't really know what it can do to our health. I'm just gonna stir this egg. I don't want to put it direct as it is. So you just want to mash it all together.
But you don't have to heat it so hard.
You don't have to, no, you don't have to heat it so hard. Just mix it together, that's all. Okay, as you can see, the water is dried completely. So I'm gonna add a little oil in here. Okay, that's good enough. And this oil, I don't like my oil. It depends on what you're cooking, and some instruction when you go to instruction of oil, whenever I get my oil, I like to read those instructions, on how many degrees that you have to heat the oil and how many minutes, depends on what you're frying. Not too long of frying your oil, it can be harmful, to be honest with. So I always like to go with a manufacturer instruction. It's very important. So they did it, they know,
I never thought about that.
Trust me, sister, I always like to go to follow manufacturer instruction.
Because they know.
They know better, yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sometimes we just do things anyhow.
You just do things anyhow.
And then we blame the manufacturer, but we didn't follow
We
the
didn't follow the
instructions.
instruction, yes, we blame them. And we're always in a rush,
somebody.
sister. We're always in a rush, so that's what causes most of the time.
Yeah, the harm. It's not the product, but it's how
right now,
using
you see how that it comes in a sachet, so if you don't find this wherever you are, you don't have to. So there's a lot of flavors or spice
Or
out
maybe
there
you
that
already
can
have
use.
your favorite flavors.
Or yes, like my sister said, or maybe you already have your own favorite flavor.
It's not that it has to be this exactly, but this is what you use.
This is what I use.
That makes it very tasty.
I love it. So I'm taking 1 sachet out of this, so it comes out, always comes two that way, but I try it and take 1. So follow me back to the kitchen.
I see the oil is ready.
The oil is ready. So when my oil is ready, this is what I do. You add your egg, the egg first.
Oh, interesting. So egg first. I always like to turn this handle. Sometimes you have.
Yes.
Even the kids, sometimes they can.
So everything is close.
Okay. Eggs.
Pause. So right now I'm bringing the veggies. As you can see, I'm adding it now to the oil. The oil is ready.
So after the oil, you add the veggies.
You add the veggies. Sis, can you please?
Sure. Even I can taste it already.
So right now I just lowered the stove a little bit because of the sauce that I'm putting. You know, it's watering, so it's just gonna be splashing everywhere. So right now all you do is let it cook
How many minutes?
for a little while. You're just gonna let it cook about 2 or 3 minutes. That's all you do before you add your egg, the egg and all the things.
And the spices. Right?
And the spices.
You know what? I'm not good at timing spices, and I think it makes a difference.
It makes a difference.
So
yes.
when do you usually put your spices?
My spices is if I'm not steaming my meat with the spice. So if I'm going direct to my sauce, I always like to add my spices like a few minutes before I bring the stuff down. So I just add my spices.
I thought you would put them at the beginning so that they can.
It depends, exactly what I said. It depends on what you, because when it comes to food preparation, most of the time, you can prepare the same food that I prepared, but it tastes different.
Yeah, because of the timing.
The timing, yes, the timing makes it different.
I have found that out. I will just throw them maybe somewhere I don't even know, and then it's like.
Some people bring everything at the same time, pum pum pum. So at the end you go like, it doesn't taste like that. It couldn't taste because maybe you missed the step.
Yes. It makes a big. Sometimes we don't think about it, but it makes a difference.
It makes a huge difference.
I'm excited here.
I am.
I don't know about you.
I am so excited.
Maybe I know some of you are going to go and run to the supermarket. Maybe you even have the stuff in your house already. I'm telling you, you will never be disappointed.
Oh yes, most of the things is in the kitchen right there already.
Yeah, very simple.
So no harm in trying this. Just go ahead and try it and let us know what you think.
Very simple and very, very, very nutritious too. And tasty.
And tasty.
I think that's why many of us can't diet, because they tell you they leave this, leave that, leave this, and there's no taste, and then it's like, sure, I just rather eat. I can't keep up with this.
So right now we see how it is right now. So egg pretty much goes last, because egg is not something that you really cook that long.
Yeah.
So you just let this veggie. So now I'm just gonna add the spice. You see the colors. It's like it. It's like a blended tomato. Yes, like a bell pepper. All those things. That's what it makes.
What store do you find these? Someone.
You can get it at Walmart, Kroger. They have it.
Okay. It's very important. For some spices, you don't find them in your regular store.
And this, as you can see, I always gonna bring you back to that. Depends on the quantity that we're making. So this chicken flavor that I showed you earlier, I'm gonna use, see, as much as I use 1 tablespoonful of this and a little half. Yes, the little half. That's good enough. I cook until I add the spices that I need, because most of the spices, they are pretty salty.
Yes, that's true. So that's why sometimes we are used to putting salt, and then you add all the spices, and then it's like, I didn't put much
and the
salt.
curry powder, as you can see, 1 tablespoonful, so that's enough also. You don't want the spice to take the taste of your food also. You want to taste your food.
Yes. You want a balance.
Ooh. It's looking good already. So now bring the egg.
You know what? I'm ready to eat.
So
I'm gonna
the
get
egg
some
is
plates here.
going now. When you put this egg, let it cook a little bit before you turn the egg. And I'm gonna tell you why. So I have added the egg, but I'm gonna let it cook a little bit, that egg, before I turn it. So see how it's coming right now. So right now the egg cooked like just barely 1 minute, so just gonna keep turning. So now is the time that I like to turn it non-stop when I add the egg, so it doesn't get burned or stick on the pot.
So you until you see the egg that is done.
Oh yes, you're gonna see the egg. The egg will come a little bit looking like it's kind of separated now, crispy kind.
Yeah, okay.
Then you're gonna see that it's ready. So like I said, we all know that egg, you don't cook it that long. So as soon as I put the egg and turn, so I don't like raw egg, sorry.
No.
Some people does, I don't. So I like to turn it a little bit to see the egg is cooked before I test it, to check if I have to add more salt or anything. Like I said, I haven't added any salt on this. It's just
the spices.
Just the spices. So I'm just gonna see how it is right now before.
I think we really have to change our traditional cooking, that you must have
You must have to have salt. No, you don't have to. Some food that I cook, when I taste it and this is how I want it, I don't have to go with salt. Right now, see, so sister, let's see.
Oh my God!
Wow. Like I said,
Wow!
believe me, you cannot say no to this.
Nobody. I don't care who you are.
And a little bit salt. Little bit salt I'm gonna put. Just a little bit.
Wow.
So this salt, it don't matter if you see the quantity that I put, be the judge. So taste your food.
And you might not even need to
You
add.
might not even need.
Yes. It is so good.
So the food is done. It is done. Since you can turn the stove off.
So, put this in the thing. put the spices away.
Okay, I'm gonna take it off from the stove so it will not continue cooking.
Oh, I need another plate.
Yes, sister.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Yes.
The cameraman wants
So now, okay, this we can put back. So we're gonna take this one at a time because we don't want you to miss any part. I get lost most of the time when I try to learn a lot of stuff with people. Maybe it's too fast. Before I get tired because I couldn't catch up.
Yes.
So I feel like, oh my God, I have missed a lot of things. So we really slow down. So if you are someone like me who like to watch and take things step by step,
yes,
so you're gonna see
it's very important.
everything that we did, how we did it.
Especially when you hear something the first time. To you, when you know it, you think it's simple.
Oh my God. Many a times you think like, oh, this is easy, I get it. Only for you to realize that when you start, you didn't quite get it.
Yes, like what did they do?
What did they
do? Yes, it happens to me all the time.
So this is the plantain. We're gonna try to dish it up right now.
Oh, that's how it looks. You see, this is plantain. The skin, you don't even have to remove it. The skin, it removes by itself.
It comes out on its own. Like I said, as soon as it's done, it comes out on its own.
And please read on this, if you don't eat plantain, or even if you eat it and you've never seen the values of this bananas kind of a plantain. It's not bananas, plantain.
Yes, it's plantain.
There's a difference.
Yeah, some people mistake plantain with banana. Is quite different. Banana is the one that we all can eat every time at the store, maybe with peanut or groundnut. This is banana. As you can see, this is banana. So it comes in a kind of a smaller size than the plantain. And the plantain, when you go to the store, plantain never be, you can't really see plantain in a bulk like this.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it doesn't come. It comes separate. It comes one by one.
Please try it.
But really try it. And this plantain, next time I'm really going to show you how you can use plantain for swallow. Because a lot of people out there today, they're trying to watch what they eat. They're trying to eat healthy. And people like me, I like to test my swallow at least once in a week or twice. But I don't really want to consume a lot of excess flours. When you run into from being diabetic or one sickness or the other, so you can really pay attention on what you put in your system.
Yes.
So I'm going to show you how you use this plantain also for a swallow. So it's really good,
and
which you know that.
Swallow, my sister.
Swallow. We know swallow. Swallow is a fufu. Some of us call it fufu.
Yes. Which
you make some veggies soup on the side to eat your swallow. But next time we're gonna come up with that.
So what you're saying, you can make you can make flour.
Oh yes, you can make swallow out of this. This plantain, it can serve you in many ways. You can make it. I make
chips.
Like chips.
Yeah.
Instead of eating like a less chips, potato chips, I transformed my chips to this plantain chips. Yes. And you can also bake it, deep fry, however that you feel. But we're gonna come one thing at a time.
We are trying to bring to you some really practical things. You can find them in any store, and they are healthy. That we have to change how we see food, or even how we are dieting. You don't have to lose your taste. But
so right now what I do is just cut it in a smaller piece where you can just use the fork, pick it up and enjoy.
But as we already said, green plantain really when it gets cold quickly and it gets hard.
And it gets hard.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it lost any balance or any taste or whatever. No, it's just the way it is.
And you can
warm it up when, yes, if it's that cold that you feel like, oh, it's too cold,
it's hard.
you can warm it up to bring it back,
yes,
the way it was.
Yes. To make it softer.
To make it softer.
I like it soft.
For me, I don't really mind.
I don't like this.
But it's still hot though.
Yeah, but now it's still hot. Just it now. Yeah, very soft. And remember, we never even put salt. You don't even need
No.
In the salt that is in the sauce is enough.
Is enough, yes.
Like, I'm gonna take the ripe one.
The ripe one.
Hams. Okay. My favorite is ripe one.
So right now, look at this yummy, yummy, yummy sauce. Look at this. Look at this. It just doesn't look yummy. It tastes yummy also. It looks so good and it tastes yummy. Believe me. Look at this.
That's a wonderful breakfast.
Wonderful
I
breakfast.
think this should be brine, like a brine.
So just take that and put it on the side of your plate. And trust me, oh my God, the very first time that we came up with this, the entire household and the friend that came over,
went crazy.
all of us, sorry, we were stuffed with food because everybody went crazy until you feel like you're not moving, because it's like, what is this? How did you make this? Even our kids, that most of the time, you know, I don't know, wherever you're viewing us from, where we are, our kids, they are so picky. So you really have to be a good cook to get them to eat your food. Otherwise, they're going to order something outside to eat.
That's
but
true.
trust me, they eat and eat. They really enjoyed it. So
it looks so beautiful, even on just on the plate.
So you see, oh yes,
so beautiful.
So you see how it came up, and the egg, like I said, the sauce, everything. So it's enough to serve even 10 people. It can serve 10 people. So it's really what, that's what I said. It depends on
very economical.
How much? Oh yes, very, very. So it depends on how many people that you're making, that you want to use 10 eggs. It's gonna be like or the sauce, the tomato, everything. Then you're making a huge pot. Then
you don't have to spend so much money to eat good. This is amazing. Look how much it is left. Wow. Time for tasting. I can't wait.
Nice. Now let me see how it comes up though.
I am testing. Wow.
I promise you, you're gonna thank us for this.
You will not be disappointed.
You will not be disappointed. You're not gonna feel like you wasted your time for nothing.
I'm sorry I can't stop. It's so delicious. It's so delicious.
Very, very, very yummy.
And very easy to make.
And very easy to make. There's the recipes, they're not something that you're gonna be like, I can't find it, or where can I find it? This is the good thing, because most of the things sometimes that we want to follow up with, we couldn't keep up because some of the stuff that we are used, either you don't know what they are, where to get them.
The names are so complicated.
On the name are so complicated. That's why I said we don't really want to go with the complicated issues. So it happens most of the time, and then you got tired, like I can't get it, or it's so expensive. This is affordable. So
very.
Even most of the things we we grow it in our backyard. So, and it's very healthy, very affordable. We have a lot of stores around that we can run into to get it wherever you are. The good thing is wherever you are, you can get the same thing that we used. So if you cannot get jalapeno pepper where you are, you can get a regular green pepper. So we have a regular green pepper, like when chili pepper when they are greenish, it tastes very good too. It has this flavor that I know for sure. So if you cannot get jalapeno pepper where you are, dash into the store, grab green chili pepper. It will serve as the same thing. And if you cannot get tomato where you are, if you get a red bell pepper, it serves as the same thing. So onion is everywhere. If you cannot reach out with the red onion, like I said, you can grab yourself a white onion, so they come up with the same taste. But
the ginger is amazing.
The ginger is amazing. Ginger root, even Africa, East Africa, West Africa, India, every part of the world. India does a lot of good stuff.
And this food can, it doesn't, it's not like a tribal thing. This is a food that anybody who's looking for a simple dish and simple something very easy to make.
Yes, my sister, yes. That's exactly what she said is really true, which you know what we are doing here and what we have here is something that you can really grab everywhere. Where we came from is everywhere in the farm. You go to the farm, plantain is growing everywhere, so which we all know. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope that you keep up with us and subscribe with us, and we're gonna bring you more of good stuff. Trust me, you're not gonna miss or feel like, oh, I wasted my time for nothing.
Oh, I don't have any. You won't have to have I don't know what to cook this time.
Anytime that you invested today, trust me, you're gonna looking for sisters kitchen to see what they're gonna bring more. We're gonna bring you a lot of we have a lot to come up with. You're gonna see when the beauty part comes up, you're gonna be like, okay, who are these sisters? Which one are we to follow? So
and you can lose weight.
And you can lose.
We have been trying these things.
Yes.
On ourselves.
There's been a lot of things that we tried. The food, recipes, a lot of food, a lot of things that we will bring. That we even because most of the time there's something that I noticed when you start up your day very good with a good balanced food like this. For some reason, you find your energy very suitable and you find yourself happy.
Your mind is thinking.
Your mind is connecting to your body. Everything is working right. So sometimes I'm telling you, your day got messed up from what you are really putting in your mouth. It goes like, oh, this breakfast doesn't even go, this and that. But we're gonna bring you a lot of stuff from this kitchen and from these sisters that you really gonna enjoy and you're gonna keep on.
And it's not something that we haven't tried.
No, it's not something that we
have tried over the years to keep up with our families and to keep ourselves
and
healthy.
To keep up, yes.
So
the good thing about us, about these sisters is, believe me, we don't share what we don't know what we can really do. We don't share what we don't know the value of. We don't share what we haven't tried, and we always the judge of whatever that we bringing out for you, even if when it comes to the beauty part, when it comes to the food part, when it comes to the spiritual fit in, which is the way you take off with your daily life, all those things. Believe me, we're feeding you with what we really know that
we have
will make a great impact in you, and we have practiced it, and we be the kind of giving a testimony about
lived it.
Yes, a living testimony, and you will enjoy it.
So, in the summary, my sister, is it what you want to summarize exactly these few steps, the way we started?
What we really gonna do is we're gonna try to put all the description below, whatever that we use the steps for anyone that kind of lost one or two tracks. So we really gonna try to put it all together, so afterwards you can go back, because some certain things that others do, maybe when you watch with them, you're not just gonna get it right away. And remember, when it comes to cooking, like I said, we might make the same thing but never taste the same way, because you might lost one or two steps, which it will make a big difference on what you're doing. So later on, you can go back on the description below and see what we used, and you're gonna watch us over and over and see how we go about this. And remember, if we ask you to go with onion first, go with onion first. If we say go with water first, go with water first. There is a reason for that.
Yes.
So at the end of it, you're really gonna enjoy it, because if we miss what we did, you might come up with your own ways, and then maybe it doesn't come up good as the first time. But as time progresses, you might bring your own thing, your own way, and maybe you like it. But for now, try to follow our, steps. So that's my advice.
We're excited about this.
Very, very excited.
We have great ideas that are coming up. So we're going to learn together.
We're going to learn together.
And some things we are sharing our testimony.
And we're learning along with you. I'm a very good learner, and I love to learn. I never get tired and to listen.
So we need to hear your comments.
We need to, yes. That is very important. That will, brighten our day the more. Hear your comment. Tell us what you think, and try to support us. And if there's anything that you're looking forward to see, feel free to share with us. We are so much ready and excited to, make you smile also. Like I said, there's a lot we have when it comes to food, home food, call it whatever it is, about food, about the family. I'm telling you, it's like nobody's perfect, but I feel like we got it all. And I feel like with us, you can learn a lot, and you will surely be amazed of what you have gotten from us. I promise you that you're not gonna be disappointed. So whatever that you feel like you have a question or something that you're looking forward, just
you're puzzled
feel
about.
free. Yes, you're puzzled about. Just feel free to ask us. Is it something that we can come up with? So we're always gonna be happy to hear your feedback, and then we're gonna get back to you as quick as we can to answer your question. So feel free to ask us whatever question that you think. Whatever, like I said, we have a package that coming for beauty, is a makeup, how you get your day ready, how you dress up, how you build your spiritual life, how you keep your family going, how you interact with others without offending others, or
and without losing your joy.
And without losing your joy, yes, because most of the time there's a lot going on the world these days that 2 or 3 people that you sit with or that you have met in this journey of life, you feel like, oh, I met the wrong people, or they make me very unhappy being around them. No, there's a lot of things that you can do, you can share, how you do with others, and at the end of the day, you find yourself very happy, and they find themselves happy. Also, you just balance,
It is
so
a balance.
yes, it's a balance. So try to deal with us like this hint that we gave you now, so you know where we're coming and what we're coming with. So feel free to ask us question, or when are you coming with that, such a thing. And if you have your own idea, something that you feel like, I want them to tackle this kind of issue, just feel free to hit it down, and then we're gonna come back to your question. And I believe that what you have seen today and learned today will make sense to you.
And we want to promise that it's not that we have gone through challenges, we have seen challenges, we are real people, but we know that there's a light at the end.
Oh yes, for sure. That is for sure. I am so excited for this. Trust me, like I told you, I couldn't wait. I'm like, it's been like oh my God, like so much hunger in us. Like we want to. It's enough keeping all this to ourselves.
Yes.
We really need to share, because I know myself, I'm that kind of person that always get out there, get on YouTube, look at people, friends. It's like, hey, how do you do this? Please, can you show me? Can you tell me? I love to learn. I don't want to, stuck on one thing. It gets really boring. So I'm that kind of person that I always like to learn. So you yourself, and I know a lot of people out there today, doesn't mean like you don't know what you're doing, but there's a lot. You feel like, oh, there's a lot I want to bring to my life, to my table, to my family, to my friends, but I don't know how to go about it. And there's a lot of us today, they want to learn more, but maybe going back to school to do that, there's no time, there's no money. Yes. But this is like a free study that you will learn, and I promise you,
and your life will be
with
better.
your family, with your children, with your friends, they're gonna ask you, girl, what is going on? Oh man, what school are you attending? Who is your coach? Who is your coach? I promise you, I know what we have, what we're coming up with, and I know that you're gonna be like, sisters, come on, what is the new thing that you have for us today?
Yes, I can't wait.
Promise. You know that.
I can't wait.
I can't wait.
Can't
wait.
Thank you so much.
So,
and we appreciate you.
We appreciate